It is time to welcome you back to Formula One from Lusail International Circuit in Qatar. It's race day, and for the first time in Formula One World Championship history, we are all set to run a 23rd Grand Prix of the year. Formula One's longest ever season continues with the Qatar Grand Prix in under 5 minutes' time. It is a day where McLaren could win their first Constructors' Championship since 1998. For the penultimate time in 2024, this is Formula One. We go racing around a 5.4 kilometre circuit, 3.3 miles in length, one DRS zone down the main straight, a really tight and technical infield section, but it's high speed throughout. It will be a real test of the driver's fitness tonight. It's the soft, the medium and the hard tyres. We're expecting a one-stop strategy across the board. The medium and the hard tyres, if we get a late safety car, maybe you fancy bolting on a set of the softs. We're underneath the floodlights for this race, which we begin at the back of the grid with Esteban Ocon, who was on the podium in Sao Paulo, 20th on the grid next to Franco Colapinto, 4 times out of the last 5. He's gone out in Q1. Nico Hülkenberg finished ahead of Max Verstappen in the sprint, 18th for the Grand Prix. Liam Lawson is 17th. Alex Albon's Williams is not working in the wind. He starts P16 on the grid. He's next to Lance Stroll in the green Aston Martin. And it's Yuki Tsunoda in 14th. Valtteri Bottas, 13th on the grid. Can he score his first points of the season? It's Zhou Guanyu's best start of the entire campaign in 12th. He's looking to score Sauber's first points as well. Pierre Gasly just missed out on Q3. Kevin Magnussen got there for the 3rd time in the last 4 races. Sergio Perez is 9th for Red Bull. This could be the last time that they have their constructor's crown in their possession. Fernando Alonso is 8th, Carlos Sainz 7th for Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton has not started in the top 5 of the last 5 Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc 5th on the grid as Ferrari tried to heap the pressure on the road to pair of Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Piastri's best starting position since he won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And a one-place penalty for Max Verstappen for going unnecessarily slowly on the outlap in the final part of qualifying. And he's still not had the Grand Prix pole since the Austrian Grand Prix earlier in the year. Final car in place means we get the green flag at the back. Here come the lights in Lusail. And the Qatar Grand Prix is underway. George Russell launches off the line. Lando Norris fighting on the inside as well. Lando's going past the pair of them. How did he do that? He didn't do that because Verstappen managed to get his elbows out. Our pole sitter falls to 3rd. It's Verstappen and Norris at the head of the field. Ocon and Colapinto stranded at turn 1, and they are out at the first turn.
Ocon's going to dive round the outside at the first corner. And Hulk's just got absolutely no grip, so he's already locked up the right front. He's got Alex Albon just ahead, and he's nervous about hitting the Williams. Then he's having to turn, and that causes the spin. Let's have a look.
Round goes Albon, further on lap 1.
Massively hit by Stroll.
Yeah, copy that.
There's a 10-second time penalty for Lance Stroll for causing a collision. The incident involving Lewis Hamilton for a potential false start is under investigation.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
It's a 10-second time penalty for Liam Lawson for causing a collision at the first turn. And this is the overtake for Kevin Magnussen. Yuki says go the long way round, and Kevin Magnussen is going to.
Oh, fruity stuff from K-Mag. He's forced wide, keeps his foot in over the gravel.
Russell gets a new set of Pirelli tyres, and it's not quick. It wasn't quick on the front right. It wasn't quick on the front rear.
So was that
Albon?
Was that the Haas?
It's either the Williams or the Haas.
They've both been whacked in the Grand Prix, so it could have been either.
Check if you lifted for the yellow.
Check the board.
Lando did not lift, Max. Oh, you report that then.
And then that mirror has been hit. Has it done any damage? I wouldn't expect too much damage. That said, that looks like a lot of debris from below Hamilton's
Puncher for Lewis Hamilton off the road.
As Bottas creamed through that
Another one this time for Carlos Sainz. So Max Verstappen has headed the race since lap number 1. There is a drive-through penalty for Lewis Hamilton for speeding in the pit lane. Perez has dropped down. That's not a transponder issue. Perez is no longer in the points. We are racing again in Lusail. Side by side we go for the Grand Prix victory. Verstappen versus Norris in the turn 1, and they'll both be going deep. Verstappen hangs on to it. Can Leclerc hang on to it? He can. Piastri's still in P4. You've got Russell in 5th. This is Sergio Perez. Let's listen in.
could hear the rev spike as he went for it. I think that was driver error.
That's Hulkenberg dropping the car, spinning into the gravel. It was a great sprint race for him. Ever since we went to the Grand Prix format, it's not been his weekend. It's a 10-second stop-go penalty for Lando Norris for failing to slow under yellow flags. That is effectively a 35-second penalty for Lando Norris. Between Albon and Magnussen, that is a roar around the outside.
Nice one, Kev.
Lando Norris massively fighting and getting past Valtteri Bottas. Crucially, that gets him 1 point for 10th and 1 bonus point for fastest lap. The Dutch driver will see the checkered flag first, and Max Verstappen cruises over the line to win his 9th Grand Prix of the year. Max Verstappen wins the Qatar Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc comes home in 2nd place. Oscar Piastri completes the podium, and we will see you next week for a title fight. There were spins, there were overtakes, there were penalties, and there was victory for the world champion once again. Max Verstappen taking a big glug, celebrating, and it has been an illuminating kind of night.
I mean, in general, the race was a lot of fun, especially in that first stint with Lando. I mean, the gap was more or less 1.8 seconds that whole stint, and yeah, we were pushing each other a lot, the tires a lot, and to be honest, also the tires were holding up really nicely. The track is a lot of fun to drive, so yeah, it was great. I was really having a good time out there. Most of the races that we do, you're doing a lot of management, and sometimes it gets, I wouldn't say boring, but it's a bit dull with what you have to do. But here it was really cool, and with Lando there as well, pushing you can't afford to make a mistake, so that was great. And then of course on the hard tire, it was a bit more stop-start with the safety cars and stuff, and of course you get put under pressure here and there. But then of course when Lando had to box for his stop and go, then it was more or less just driving it to the end.
You touched on it there, Lando stop-go penalty. Can you just talk us through that one from your perspective, the yellow flags down the start?
Yeah, I was on the straight and I saw already there was a bit of debris, and then I looked to the left and there were physical double yellows waved. So I lifted, and then I think at the time he also picked up a DRS from a back markers, and he used that, of course, to try and close the gap a little bit. And I asked the team, did he lift or not? Because I think it's fair to ask that when you lift yourself. Then that's the penalty you get. I mean, they're quite harsh on yellow flags. I know that myself, of course, from penalties in the past, which is what it is.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy because on paper it was going to be a very, very difficult weekend, and I think we never said it within the team to each other, but I think everybody expected to lose points against McLaren on a weekend like that, and we are going back home with less points in between McLaren and ourselves than when we came here. So it's very, very positive. I'm very happy. I don't think we were the fastest car. I think we struggled a little bit as expected, really. But we did everything perfect. We did not do any mistakes, and I'm happy.
The pace was pretty strong, just couldn't really make progress very easily. So, just got stuck behind George at the start, and then a bit unlucky with the safety car, and then stuck behind Charles at the end. So that was a bit of a shame, but I think the pace was pretty solid.
I mean, it's been such a difficult season. I'm so happy for myself, a big relief also for me, for the team, some points. And then overall, it's just very intense race. We was clean, made the move when it matters. Very good pace throughout the whole stint. Yeah, we got what we deserve for such a long time. I'm just really happy, It's been a relief over the last few weeks, especially this week, and then one more to go for the team. I'm going to enjoy as much as I could and then show everyone what I can do before I'm not on the grid next year, and I hope for a comeback.
I'm still standing, and it's not how you fall, it's how you get back up. So I'll get back up tomorrow and give it another shot next week.
Yeah, you've got one more to go with Mercedes in Abu Dhabi next week. What's the mindset? How are you feeling going into that one?
Trying to just wake up with gratitude, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity each day to get up and be healthy and try again.